Good afternoon, guys. It's 4:49 p.m. Today is Monday, August 1st, first day of the month, and we had a choppy price action, right? So yesterday we did not take a trade. Basically, yesterday means Friday, right? So today also I did not take any trade, and also I suggested all the members not to trade today. So I think few of them decided not to trade, and few of them may have traded, but I have no clue what they did. Okay, so but overall you can see it was a wise decision to sit out today, and not to trade. You can see looks like, look here, you can see it. So price was like going higher crazily right of the open. See that everything was pointing higher, right? So it looks like it wants to go to moon, right? But then I said this move does not have a leg. That means it may fail, you know and that's why I didn't want to take a long. Yes, I could have traded this, but I do not want to take aggressive longs, because price was gap down, yes, but even still this was aggressive price, right of the open, because we were price is dealing with mid-term sellers now, so short-term buyers are exhausted and now they are dealing with the mid-term sellers, right? So that's why it is not advisable to take a trade right of the open. You rather wait for first 30 minutes at least minimum, and then decide whether you want to go long or short, right? So after first 30 minutes, if you look at it, price was right at the gap fill area right here, straight up. So it is exhausted there, right? So on one hand it was a bearish disconnect right here, right? So on one hand it was favoring short, on another hand you can see it was trending higher, right? Crazily, everything on board, internals, momentum, AD, price, everything was going higher, right? And overall the last 10 days are supporting buyers, right? So even though it's exhausted, it can go a little bit more higher, maybe up to 4150, for 4200, right? So here whether gap fill is going to hold or not, it's like 50% chance, right? And I do not want to take a short when price already moved like this fashion in the morning, right? Yes, I said it doesn't have a leg, doesn't mean it has to tank right away. It can go higher like this, right? And then tank, right? Or maybe this and then tank, right? So tanking was there, supposed to be, but when is was the question, right? So that's why it's a guessing game here, right? So I didn't want to trade it, so I did not take a trade here, and then price went higher. So then I assume that yes, it may tank, it doesn't have a leg, but then I am not part of this gambling, today, and I don't want to keep shorting it, and then my stop will be taken out, and then finally when I'm tired, price will go down, right? Or if I try to go long here, right, say let's say bullish bearish disconnect fail here, right? And if I try to go long here, and then they can stop me out like this, and then again when price try to go higher, if I try to go long again, it stops me out, right? On the way down I can't take a pullback here because it's in middle of the range, right? It can tank also further down, right? So that's why it was not advisable to trade today, and I saw all this thing coming, and that's why I decided right here not to trade, and you can see it after that, right? But let's say if you are observing it, right, and you are not taking any trade here and you are just observing, right, that okay, fine, price doesn't have, bias doesn't have a leg, maybe it can come down, and here it came down, looks like okay, now it wants to fail, and then again it reversed, right? So every time when it goes down, it reverses, right? Here it goes down, reverses, right? So you can connect these lows. See, I was drawing this trend line, I was observing it, right? And every time when it touches here, it bounces, it touches here, it bounces, right? So, and then finally it broke down, right? See here, it broke down this time, right? So this was the trade here in line with the 37 level. See here, you have to read it this way. See, this was yesterday's high, right? This was first hour high, this is, right? So this area was first hour high and yesterday's high, like this, correct? And then first time it got rejection, right? And then second time price took care of it, right? So then now you want buyers to hold it above this area, correct? But instead it keep failing it, correct? And then I gave you 37.50 as an important level, during intraday, right, to observe, correct, to watch. So now if you look at 37.50, like this, right, you can see it here failed, right? Here it took out but failed, took out, failed, took out, failed, right? So it kept failing it right here, right? And then in this process, this time it broke this trend line also, right? But then there is no guarantee it's gonna go down, correct? So because every time it breaks through it, 37.50, trend line was holding and it goes higher, right? So this time trend line again 37.50 was broken, but also at the same time the trend line was also broken. So there is a difference between this breakdown and this breakdown, right? So now this time trend line was broken, 37.50 was broken, right? And price came down. As usual, buyers bought it, right? But on the way up, it couldn't take out 37.50. It failed there, right? Again, it tried it. It failed there, right? And then it came down and took out this. So this was the time you can take a short here, right here. See? But yes, it was in the middle of the day's range, right? Or you can take a short here also, right? But these are all garbage price action. That's why I don't want to even discuss this price action. But this was a short here, right around here, and then when price came down here, right, 05, 06, you have to bail out, right? So now these are our hunting levels, right? So overall, NQ is the same story. NQ was also going higher. So NQ was actually a little bit stronger than ES, supporting more buyers, but then NQ also failed with ES. But NQ you can't take a short today. There is no short in NQ. Yes, there was a case. NQ there was no short because it was firmly holding, above yesterday's high, right? When it broke down here like ES, then you can even take a short if you want to below Globex Globex high and yesterday's high, right? And then you can use this VWAP, but there is no trade actually, to be honest. But tomorrow, yes, tomorrow you will get a trade. Ideally you want to see price holding above this box, right? Above this box buyers, above this box buyers, below this box sellers, below this box sellers, right? Intraday sellers. Doesn't mean they are in control, but at least you will get some trades to the short side, And that be all for today. I'm not going to do MBOX wave today because I didn't like the price action, and when I don't like the price action, there is no point going through the indicators or MBOX wave, or any other indicators to look for trades, right? First, context has to line up, right? Price, you need to understand the price action, and if it is easy to understand, then you can use the tool to time your entries, or to manage your entries, right? But here the price was not even good, so there is no point using the tools to find the entries to trade just because we want to trade, right? So there is no trade here for today also. Yesterday there is no trade, today there is no trade, and we will see this kind of days when short term, mid term are fighting. We will run into this situation, but we rather not trade than lose, right? And that be all for today.